So interpretations, we've been talking about that. The paper goes on. It says some interpret these passages referring to a future Antichrist figure who will rise in the end times, engaging in widespread deception, warfare, and blasphemy before being defeated by divine intervention. Now, historical interpretations of Daniel, they got their own interpretations, but they can't be true. The reason being, Daniel chapter 12, verse 4 and verse 9, Daniel is told that the meanings are sealed until the time of the end. Pretty simple. Paper continues, and please forgive me if I mispronounce some Arabic names. Please forgive me if I mispronounce any word. As I mentioned before, I don't like the English language, but hey, it's the only language I know. So, paper continues. Here's how Yahweh Sinwar's rise to power, including the assassination of Ahmed Jabari, Sinwar's release from Israeli prison, and his subsequent role in Hamas, aligns with the intrigue described at Daniel chapter 11, verse 21. It talks about how he comes to power through an intriguing manner. Point one of this consolidation of power and intrigue, assassination of Ahmed Jabari and Sinwar's release. Ahmed Jabari, a top military commander in Hamas and key figure in its military wing, was assassinated by Israel in November 2012 during Operation Pillar of Defense. This action was intended to weaken Hamas's military leadership and destabilize its operations. However, Jabari's assassination indirectly set the stage for Yahweh Sinwar's rise. Sinwar, who had been serving a life sentence in Israeli prison for his role in the killing of Palestinian collaborators, was released in 2011 as part of a prisoner exchange deal, the Gilad Shalit exchange. This release allowed Sinwar to re enter Hamas's leadership structure at a critical time, eventually leading to his rise as a prominent and influential figure within the organization. Number two, Sinwar's rise to supreme leadership. Following the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, which Hamas that is attributed to Israel, Yahweh Sinwar was appointed as Haniyeh's replacement on August 6, 2024. This move consolidated Sinwar's control over both the political and military wings of Hamas, making him the undisputed leader of the organization. Sinwar's rise through these events can be seen as a modern-day parallel to the King of the North in Daniel 11:21, who gains power through intrigue and manipulation during a time of instability. The sequence of events that brought Sinwar to power, beginning with Jabari's assassination, his own release, and Haniyeh's assassination, aligns with the prophecy's description of a leader who seizes control through unexpected and cunning means. Number three, role in the October 7th, 2023 invasion. Sinwar played a crucial role in planning and executing the October 7th, 2023 invasion of Israel, which marked one of the most significant escalations in the Israeli-Palestine conflict in recent years. This invasion involved a highly coordinated attack on Israeli towns and military installations, resulting in widespread casualties and a significant escalation of the conflict. This attack, which demonstrated Sinwar's strategic capabilities and willingness to engage in large-scale military operations, can be seen as fulfilling the role of the King of the North in Daniel 11, who is involved in disruptive and successful military campaigns. The future is yet to be seen also on that. The invasion further solidified Sinwar's position as a key adversary of Israel, filling the biblical description of a ruler who engages in extensive warfare. Number four, Backfiring of strategic assassinations. The assassination of key figures like Jabari and Haniyeh, intended to weaken Hamas, may have backfired by enabling Sinwar's rise. Sinwar's leadership, particularly his orchestration of the October 2023 invasion, illustrates how these actions inadvertently strengthened Hamas's militant stance. This unintended consequence aligns with the concept of intrigue in Daniel 11:21, where actions meant to stabilize or weaken an adversary lead to unforeseen and dangerous outcomes. Sinwar's rise to power and the resulting escalation in conflict could be interpreted as fulfilling this aspect of the prophecy. Number 5, potential for future escalation. With Sinwar now in full control of Hamas, the potential for further military escalations against Israel is significant. His leadership, marked by both a strategic cunning and a willingness to engage in high stakes conflict, fits the broader narrative in Daniel 11 of a leader who drives significant and destabilizing wars. This could lead to a larger, more destructive conflict, reflecting the end time battles described in the latter part of Daniel 11, where the king of the north ultimately meets his downfall in a final climatic conflict, which we have talked about. So, the conclusion of this part of the paper: Sinwar's rise to power, beginning with the assassination of Jabari, his release from Israeli prison, and culminating in his leadership of Hamas following the assassination of Haniyeh, aligns closely with the intrigue described in Daniel 11:21. Sinwar's key role in October 7th, 2023 invasion of Israel and his potential to further escalate the conflict fit the characteristics of the King of the North in prophecy so far. This interpretation suggests Sinwar's actions and events leading to his leadership could be seen as fulfilling the broader themes of warfare, intrigue, and eventual downfall, as mentioned in the end of Daniel 11. And as we take these things in consideration and see what eventually happens, I ask that all be blessed and directed by Yahweh, Jehovah, and his Son, Yeshua, or also known as Christ Jesus. So it's very interesting. It's been a little bit longer than I expected for my first episode. And the second episode, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the resurrection thought that Jesus mentions and Daniel mentions also. I think that'll be my second episode. I'm going to try to release these on Fridays. And there might be many more released in during the week also, as I have time. So I got a full-time job and single parent, and I'm busy. So anyhow, I wish you all the best, and until next time.